Calling to order the Municipality of Monroeville Citizens Night and Agenda Setting Meeting for Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. It is approximately 7:10 p.m. If you'd all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Can I have a roll call, please?
Grieslock.
Here.
Mr. Hizzy.
Here.
Mr. Poach.
Here.
Mr. Stevenson.
Here.
Mr. Crut.
Here.
Mr. Adams.
Here.
Mr. Williams.
Here.
Mr. Biondo.
Here.
Mr. Graziani.
Here.
Mr. Ratcher.
Here.
Ms. Rock.
Here.
Mr. Hugus.
Here.
Mr. Sedlak.
Here.
Mr. Weldon.
Here.
Mrs. Lang.
Here.
Welcome. This is our Citizens Night. This is a time for residents and taxpayers to address council on any municipal item. We always ask that individuals keep their comments to a 5-minute time limit. Next Tuesday's meeting, our regular meeting, is a voting meeting. There will be another comment period. However, at the beginning of that one, it is for any agenda items only. Then there is another comment period for any municipal item at the end of next week's meeting as well. But Citizens Night for any municipal item, and now would be the only time you'd be able to comment this evening. And I'll leave the floor open for anyone who'd like to address council. And I also failed to mention that this is not a voting meeting. There are no votes taken this evening. This is just discussion about what we're going to be voting on next Tuesday.
Lois Drumheller, Monroeville. I'll be even briefer because I asked Mr. Hugus on my way in, on behalf of people who don't live in the ward I'm in the 3rd ward, but live in the 4th ward. I know a number of people who live and travel from 22 up to Cavett Road and beyond, and which is probably the same road Mr. Crut takes. Understand, as I have been told by those people, how difficult that turn is becoming and subsiding of the road. And I'm just very happy, and I'm assuming that you're communicating to people that live on Asbury, et cetera, Cavett, and all those roads, that yes, you are going to be, your intention is to have a geo engineer look at that and come up with a plan. I don't think it was on the paving program. It was paved in 2019. But the fact is, because of the underlying stuff, it's buckling away. So, Mr. Crut, I think you probably already know that.
Yeah, I've talked to some residents.
Yeah.
And to Mr. Hugus.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Thank you. I'll leave the floor open for Citizens Night.
I just have a fairly simple question.
State your name, please.
The name is Ron Frew, F-R-E-W.
Thank you.
All right. I'm just curious, has the council ever been in contact with the Pennsylvania Game Commission regarding the deer problem in the borough? As far as like setting up the selected hunters or something like that? Because I live down off Haymaker Road, and it is not at all unusual to find anywhere from 6 to 8 deer, either in my yard or in one of the almost any given day. And I'm just curious, is that something council has looked at, is going to look at, or should I just go ahead and contact the Game Commission?
There hasn't been any formal discussions with the Game Commission, but it's definitely a problem. There was a no feeding, wildlife feeding ordinance that was proposed some time back that never moved forward. But I think it's something worth considering.
It would be greatly appreciated. We've had an awful lot of damage to landscape that trying to upgrade and make it look a little better, and even the things that are identified as deer resistant or deer proof, they don't know that when they're mowing it when it first comes up through the ground. It's a common problem, so I just wanted to ask. Thank you.
I'll leave the floor open for Citizens Night.
Hello. Corey Ramsey, Michael Coleman, and Todd Kane. We made up a packet, okay, that all of you guys should have got. And this is just on the fleet replacement that we talked about. So we made it into a presentation, see if we could be clarified a little bit better. Good.
So, as you see, those are all the current fire chiefs in town. Matt Belch from Company 1, Logan Stadler from number 4, myself from number 5, and Corey Ramsey from number 6. So, NFPA 1900 standard. 1900 standard is the standard for firefighting vehicles and ambulances. Under that standard, NFPA states that a frontline service vehicle is only recommended to be in service first out vehicle for the first 15 years of its service. And that's just a little clip from that standard itself. Why is this important? Older fire trucks typically require more frequent and costly repairs. A vehicle that is out of service slows down the operation and could cause costly delays. Newer vehicles are cleaner and more fuel efficient. Reliable vehicles means maintaining the safety and flow that our residents expect. So with this fleet pre-purchase savings of it is CoStar's program is eliminate the process of going out to bid on vehicles or any other items, which our dealer is, who we've been looking through, is going through that. By not completing the 3 refurbs of the current vehicles that are on this current agreement, engine 31, 62, and 42, that saved Monroeville $450,000 that was allotted for those refurbs. For a rough estimate of what we could get for the sale of Quint 1, engine 31, 42, 62, and truck 5, we estimate around about $750,000 in total. And the old sale of truck 4 is about $140,000 what Monroeville got from that. Cost savings. So the cost of the 5 new vehicles would be $7,930,887. This pricing is honored until September 15th, 2025. There is an option for a prepay. If paid in cash before October 15th, 2025, the total cost would be $7,145,899.00, which is a saving of $793,988. So just a little breakdown for the purchase of everything. In the current CIP, it was allotted $4 million. For the approximate sale of all those vehicles listed, as I stated earlier, $750,000. Refurb allotment of $450,000. Sale of truck 4, $140,000. For a total of $5,340,000. Against total cost is $2,559,887. Against prepay cost is $805,899. Just a breakdown of the actual cost of each vehicle and the approximate savings with the increase that goes over. So lead time to build these vehicles, engines are taking anywhere from 3 years now to be built, and ladder trucks are 4 years. Currently, Quint 1's a 2006, it is 19 years old. Engine 31 and engine 42 are both 2008, 17 years old. Truck 5 is a 2009, it is 16 years old. And engine 62 is a 2010, which is 15 years old. We did bring along with us, if any council members had any questions, Advantech Fire and Emergency Service from that deals with E1 is Scott Carlisle, the president, and BJ Green, the sales manager. If there are any questions on any of the pricing or any of that stuff, they would be more able to answer those questions.
Council, any questions? The other question I have is so are these vehicles what you're talking about here, is that what's in the current fire agreement?
2 of them are not.
Truck
But they're-
5 and engine equipment 1, I believe, are
Yeah,
the ones
are
that are
the
not
2
in
that
this
are not
current.
in it. Quint 1 and truck 5.
But as far as what has been status, because the current agreement ends at the end of this year,
Right.
correct? But are there things in here that haven't been, are there things in the current contract, 5-year contract, specified yet?
Yes, that'd be 62,
31 and
31,
42.
and 42. Yeah.
To refurb.
Not to refurb, to replace.
In the agreement? In the current
The-
agreement?
Yeah, we held up that refurb.
I
Because
understand.
I mean, that was, when we looked at the refurb of the trucks, when we agreed to that, the refurb was right on line. It could have refurbed, painting, fixing up the stuff. Time we got to that, prices had went up so far that we couldn't even change the lights. To do the lights on the truck was over that.
So you held off, but then
So
now
we
there's a
held off.
surplus of
Yes.
money?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
That's really where it landed. That's what put us in this back.
And
Gotcha.
COVID.
COVID.
of
COVID
course.
was a big one.
And then the current agreement ends the end of is December
In-
31st? Is that when is it the end of this year?
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, because ultimately, I think you're bringing up some good information, but I think this is all something that needs to be in the
And
next fire
that's all
agreement.
this is informational piece for you guys.
Okay.
Good.
But yeah, I mean, I think we have to task the manager, and I know the chiefs have to get together for this and figure out this
Yes.
next agreement, because it takes a while to do it, and it takes a while to get everybody on the same page, and it's a 5-year agreement. And then once we get that, that can help guide everything.
Yeah. We were going off of this, what we're doing now. The agreement that's up now, that's where these trucks will be passed and
Due to the.
for the savings. It was the savings that put us onto that.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Okay. Council, any other questions? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I will leave the floor open for Citizens Night, if there's anyone else who'd like to address council on any municipal item. Seeing none, we're going to close Citizens Night and move over to our agenda-setting meeting or our work session. I have an executive session announcement that council conducted an executive session this evening, September 2nd, from 6:30 PM to approximately 7 PM for legal, personnel, and/or real estate matters. Council legislative action, if any, shall be taken at the council meeting on Tuesday, September 9th, next Tuesday. As I mentioned, as we look at the agenda, there will be a comment period at the beginning of next week's meeting for agenda items only. Council, moving to the minutes, item number 3. To be considered for this month would be the Citizens Night meeting of August 7th, 2025, the council work session of August 7th, 2025, and the regular meeting of August 12th, 2025. Any questions about those minutes, council? Hearing none. Reports of the tax collections. Any questions or comments about those reports? Hearing none. List of bills and budget transfers. Any questions or comments, council? Very good. And the payroll report. Any questions or comments? Once again, this is not a voting meeting, but all of these items will be considered regular council meeting. Item number 6, capital improvement program list of purchase orders to be placed.
So I wanted to get out in front of council, beginning likely in October, there will be, in addition to your regular reports, like a list of bills to be paid, a list of purchase orders to be approved. And what the staff will be doing is preparing for you purchase orders, and at a regular meeting each month, you'll vote to approve those or not, and then we'll make those purchases. So it should be pretty straightforward. It'll give the council all the transparency they'll want to see. The staff will say, this is or is not in the capital improvement program, and this is the price that was in the capital program or not, and why. So you'll have that explanation and be able to follow throughout the year the capital purchases to be made and made.
And Mr. Graziani, is there anything to be considered for this month?
No, because the staff has understood that we wanted to, kind of get that in front of you. And
Okay.
now, obviously, if something breaks between now and next week, we'll put it on a PO and put that PO in front of you next week. But at this point, I think it'll be October, you'll see a healthy list of projects
Understood.
that need to advance.
Any questions, council? Anything else? Good. Moving to our motions. Item number 7, Mr. Graziani, please.
So we're looking to advertise the change of meeting. Of course, we have an election on the first Tuesday of the month, and we'll need authority to advertise to move the meeting to November 6th. The next motion would be for, related to the DCNR for the Valley Park Connector Trail Development. So we accepted a grant to build a new bridge over the Turtle Creek. And as we've discussed at a number of meetings, the feasibility of that is beyond the reach of the original scope that was approved. Simply put, the bridge that we thought we could do for about $400,000 or so was over $1 million, or would be over $1 million if we went to bid it and have it contracted, and just isn't feasible for us to do that. Now, the DCNR is amenable for us submitting another grant request to, again, improve access to the Westmoreland Heritage Trail, which was the ultimate goal. Valley Park would provide parking for the Westmoreland Heritage Trail and connectivity to the trail. But it seemed that maybe the best way to do that is to expand the existing Saunders Station area. We own the land and get that into a position to do that. And add the amenities of a water line and a sewer line is nearby so that there would be comfort areas for the users of the trail. The benefit to Monroeville simply expands an existing parking area that Monroeville maintains on the Westmoreland Heritage Trail, and those amenities will be at the existing parking area. So without having to add those amenities, for example, at Valley, and build a bridge at Valley, well, we think we can accomplish all of the goals of that original grant. But if you remember the conversation, the state wasn't interested in just recasting the grant. They want us to withdraw the grant and then reapply. So that's what this letter is. It's a drop letter to get us out of the agreement with the state.
Understood. Next item.
This is simply something that's pretty regularly, but the land bank is asking you to acknowledge that disposition of a piece of property that happens to be along Mosside Boulevard and is one that's between two properties that we currently maintain. This property, though the address is Mosside Boulevard, reaches back and is in between the library and the senior center.
The building.
And we're looking at them acquiring it, and they're asking for our, comment on that. Meanwhile, once they acquire it, that is the land bank, they'll eventually work with us to get us title to that property. If you're familiar with it, you can step right outside of the library's admin offices, and you'll see an area that the grass is being mowed. That's the property we're talking about. It will eventually, Lord willing, become part of our property holdings there.
Okay. Moving to our resolutions, we have 2 for this month.
So if you look at the pink resolution in the back that's been provided, I believe, Josie, those numbers are the current numbers you were able to get to Ms. Brown this evening, right, or this afternoon. So there is, for the police MMO, this is the municipal minimum obligation, and the non-uniform, the amounts would be $2.4 million for the police and $1.0 million for the non-uniform. And you can see those numbers back on the first page of the resolution draft. So I think does that sound right?
Yeah, it sounds right.
So we don't have it in the agenda. Next
I
week
don't
we'll
have
have
them,
it.
okay.
on that. So if you look at the pink
It
sheet, those are
sounds
the
right.
numbers. Any questions on that? Each year we do, according to Act 205, 2 resolutions. One is acknowledging the deposit of the municipal minimum obligation provided to us by the state. And the second is quantifying the year's budget related to the pensions. Pensions, as you know, across Pennsylvania are an issue. The private sector decades ago got rid of defined benefit pensions and just have defined contribution retirement plans. Legacy for local government and for school districts is that we have the defined benefit pension system, Many of them are not fully funded. Our uniformed is not fully funded, but it's not in the distress category that you might have in other communities, for example, Philadelphia or Pittsburgh. They might be 55% funded. We're about 83%, 85% funded. So it's in a moderately distressed category, but not in a distressed or unfunded category. The uniform pen, or the non-uniformed, which is the involved in administration and so forth, that is part of the state system for municipal employees, and it is fully funded. I think it might even be like 102% funded. 105?
105.
Yeah, so it's a pretty healthy pension system. And those are reflected in that minimum obligation. What the state wants to ensure through Act 205 is that pensions don't become insolvent. You know, that the obligations made for current employees into the future will be met because these pensions are well-funded. And that's why we have to make these obligations.
Any questions, council? No. Very good. And the last resolution.
Yeah, this resolution deals with an agreement that we already have with the Franklin Township Municipal Authority. There are parts of our community that are serviced by them. And if you know the topography, this would be drainage areas, Marysville, Turtle Creek area. We're just authorizing through this resolution, the mayor and I to be signatories to convey the final assets that, quite frankly, for them to maintain it, they really need to be owners of those assets. So there's a few out there, I understand, that need to be advanced to them.
This is actually not for the conveyance of the assets. This is for the Second Amendment to the consent agreement.
Okay.
That is, it entirely deals with what FTMSA has to do. There's no Monroeville money in this, but we're part of that watershed or that sewer shed because of the fact that for some reason, whenever we sold the assets, or excuse me, whenever we made an agreement to have them process the sewage, we never sold the assets to them. That happened many years ago. So the municipal authority on our behalf and FTMSA are working to resolve that.
And this amendment addresses
But
that.
this amendment is to, FTMSA has to keep complying with their sewage plan. They have a lot of upgrading to do. They've done a lot of upgrading. And this is just an amendment to that for the work that they've done. And there are periodic meetings with the DEP. And so that's that part of it. The ownership part of it will happen later.
Okay.
Any other questions, council? Very good. Moving to reports of municipal staff. Mr. Ratcher.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Graziani.
Earlier in June, we had to cancel, unfortunately, the community festival, and that's happening on September 13th. You don't want to miss that. And the Jazz Fest happened this past week. Attending it and talking to park staff, it was full. The whole park was full of cars and attendees, a lot of food trucks, a lot of guests. It was an amazing day, weather-wise, and that's how this stuff works, right? When you do outdoor events, it may or broken by the weather. And thanks to the park staff, because they did a ton of work to get the site ready and worked all day into the night cleaning it up, because it was a big crowd. Thank you. That's all for me.
Very good. Dr. Lang, anything this evening?
Nothing to report, Mayor, but I just want to give a shout out to the Public Works guys because I was over at the community park this past weekend and they paved the walking trail and it's very nice. So go out and enjoy the park.
Very good. Thank you so much. Mr. Ms. Rock.
Nothing tonight.
Okay. We're going to finish up with our reports of council members. Mr. Hizzy, anything this evening?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Mr. Poach.
Nothing this evening, sir.
Mr. Stevenson.
Same as Miss Rock.
More informed.
Mr. Crott.
Nothing.
I'm more informed.
Mr. Adams.
Nothing, Mayor.
Mr. Williams.
I do have something.
I figured.
Oh, we didn't know that.
Well, we had a perfect
Start the
record
clock.
going.
First, I want to wish a happy anniversary to Renee, who is my wife of 58 years.
Well, that's okay.
All right, Paul. We graduated in 1962 from Gateway, and we were high school sweethearts. So 58 good years, and we got married. So We've known each other for quite a few years, and she's the reason I got through English class. The other thing I want to tell you, the public needs to know that when we do our shopping online, it is not good for Monroeville. In fact, it's detrimental to Monroeville. It puts brick and mortar stores out of business, and we get tax revenue from them, and reduces the income for Monroeville. If we continue down this slope, the revenue has to come to Monroeville from somewhere. And usually it's from raising taxes. The last thing this council wants to do is raise taxes. So next time you want to buy something online, think of your community, and it is detrimental to us. And Mr. Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Mr. Biondo.
It was a day late this week. That's all I have.
That's a good announcement.
All right.
Now, let's wrap. Happy anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Williams,
Thank
and
you.
many more years. And I'd seek a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The meeting is adjourned. Thank you and good night.
I don't know if you said 18.